Yeah, well,
Listen,
please, I
listen.
was still speaking. No, no, no,
I
it's
did.
calm, it's calm. It's okay, it's
You
okay.
said you're not
I'm
aware.
still speaking, right? Now, I don't have
Oh, this
moderation, so the
this guy.
only way that I
You're
can
a
finish
waste of
is with a
time,
question.
dude. You're a
You
waste of
already
time.
don't like me, and that's fine, okay? But we're gonna continue this
No,
conversation and
let me
finish
make
it.
it clear,
You're
Sig,
already
Sig,
20
Sig. Let
minutes
me make
late,
it.
but it's
Let
okay.
me
I'm
make
gonna
it
finish.
abundantly clear to you,
Make it
and you can play it for
abundantly
your Twitch
clear.
audience. I
Yeah.
hate with capital letters, Sig. I don't dislike you. I hate you with a
You
passion.
hate
You know
me. That's
why?
fine.
You
And I
know
love you.
why? Let me
And I love
explain
you.
it to you. Let me
Go
explain it
on.
to you.
Explain why
No,
you
you don't.
hate me. I
No, you
love you.
don't.
I do. I
Your
do.
God, your God, your God does not love me, and neither do you.
I love you.
Now, let me make
I
it very
love you even if
clear.
you
Let
think
me
my
make
God
it
does not.
very.
Even if you
Let me
think my
make
God
it
does not.
very clear to you, Sig. Let me make it very clear to you. I
I love
hate
you.
you with a
Yeah.
passion. I hate you
Great.
with a passion
You despise me. It's
because
fine.
you are a Catholic that is trying to mislead
Oh.
people.
I'm up now.
So if you haven't studied the arguments, you haven't
Uh-huh.
studied the issue, then you're in no position to make any judgment or claim about me hiding from such people.
Why?
Okay, now we got another guy up here.
You know who I am.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Show?
Yeah,
Okay,
welcome
let's
to
do
the
it.
show. You got to put what down?
I'm playing some music whilst I'm multitasking. I was streaming before this actually.
Well, your connection is shit, man. Your connection is
Uh,
shit.
Alright, bro. This is
yeah,
the best. This is the best we got. This is the best we got.
are you the best that you got?
I don't know what I am. I'm just a person.
Okay, because your friend doesn't understand the argument, right?
About what?
So maybe you're better.
My friend doesn't understand the argument about what.
Were you in the room listening, or you were
No, I wasn't.
listening to your music?
I was listening to music. I told you. I was actually watching. I was just going over the debate that I had with Jab, and someone said that you had a room. So I said, "Cool, I'll come in."
Yeah,
And
this is
last
not
time I
my
came into
room,
your
by the
room,
way. So, but because I'm
I
in
think we
this
both
room,
know what I mean with
and
that. When
yeah, but I'm explaining to you because I'm Rock is my brother, my Muslim brother,
yeah,
and several of you guys have come in here now trying to speak to me. So if he doesn't want the conversation to go on, I'm not going to try to attempt to do that here.
I'm
So
asking you
I'm
if you
Rock. Do
want
you
to.
want this? I'm yeah.
Brother,
Let me
yeah, the
finish.
stage is yours, bro. Whatever you want to do, inshallah.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to say? Say. Go ahead. Say
So you
whatever
said
you
you
want to say.
you said you had an issue with opaque content.
No, I didn't.
You don't
Well,
think
I
you don't
thought you
have an
said
issue?
you weren't listening.
Yeah, I
So how
said
do
that
you know
someone
if you
said.
weren't
Yeah, you
listening?
want me to explain?
Yeah, that's what I said. So go ahead. Tell me what you want to
Appreciate
say.
appreciate that. So essentially, I was doing my own thing. I was streaming, and then I get a couple messages from some couple people, from here, there, everywhere. I get messages from some Jewish guys, get messages from Christians. I don't think I got a message from a Shia. I'm just checking if I did get a message from. And they were telling me that like apparently you were critiquing, not really critiquing, but you were like commenting on my debate with Mohammed Hijab, which is nice. I appreciate that. And then you were saying something about the fact that opaque context doesn't help contribute to a solution of the problem of Trinity. There's a problem at all.
Like, he wasn't
And
commenting. I was
No,
asking
that's not what
questions about
happened
the
at
video.
all. That's not what happened at all.
okay,
Nah.
then
So
it
your
just means that
friend,
their
whoever,
articulation is wrong.
yeah.
That's fine.
So whoever told you misrepresented the situation. So let me
Okay.
explain it to you.
So then, if I may
Okay.
just say something,
I came in a room. I came in a room. I was in
all
the
right. So
audience listening at work, and they invited me on the stage to ask me a question. Then Rico came in the room, and I continued a discussion with him about his discussion with Muhammad Hijab.
what were they
That's what
talking about
happened.
before you came in?
I don't know. How would I
He,
know? I wasn't in the room.
Cool.
yeah,
So, all right.
I asked
So
him the
if I
question.
could
I told
just,
you I came in the
Batman, if I could
room. As
just say
soon as I
something.
came in the room, they
I
said,
was
Jake,
just,
come on stage.
I
We
was just
want to
speaking, man.
ask you a question. So I said, okay, I'll
I
come
was
on
just speaking,
stage and
bro.
ask me a question.
So Jake, I was just speaking.
Listen, dude.
So
Listen,
hey, hey, hey,
dude.
hey, hey, hey.
You need to relax. Just calm down.
I'm actually
I was
very
actually
relaxed, right?
responding. I was
I
actually
was actually
responding to your
saying
question.
something, and then you went on
No,
the
no, you weren't.
injunction. I literally
you weren't.
was.
You were
Like, you
actually
can play this
paused.
back. Okay, a pause doesn't mean that I finished my sentence. It just means that I'm taking a breath and then gonna use that breath for something else, like I did just then. And now I'm gonna continue.
Yeah,
You see what I'm trying to say? So when it comes, yeah, bro, please, bro, look, I'm just gonna finish with what I'm saying. The way that I let you finish, just to some degree.
No, you
And I
didn't,
said
because I was actually talking.
you were still talking when you said that you can kind of conclude the matter.
Listen,
If you want to
dude,
continue,
I'm
you
not
can.
interested.
I can shut my
I'm not
mouth. It's fine.
interested. I'm not interested in your baby games. Just get to the
Okay,
point.
that's great. My
Go
point
ahead.
is that, yeah, my point is that. Actually, no. Let me ask you this: did you say anything at all in any sense about opaque context when you came in this room?
Yes.
Great. What did you say?
I said that one of the responses that you guys are offering as a response to the LPT doesn't actually deal with the objection being made.
Okay.
That's what I said.
And what objection are you positing?
Well, you
So
should know. You should know. You've studied the argument. You should know.
Let's say I don't know. So let's clarify it now.
Okay, well, let's find out if you do know. Let's find out if you do know.
I already granted that I don't. It doesn't matter if I do in reality
Why?
or not. I'm granting it for the conversation.
Why are you? Why?
Because I'm granting it for the conversation. So then, if you're not interested with, if you're not interested with clarifying your own point,
I'm not interested in granting for the sake of
your own
argument.
point.
I'm not.
Yeah, you should.
I am not interested in granting for the sake of argument. I'm interested in knowing if you understand the argument or you don't in reality.
Bro, I'm saying
now,
that there was a specific.
Are you scared
there's
to
no
respond to the
fear
question?
when it comes to again. If you understood why opaque
There's
context
no
is
fear,
relevant to this discussion, I'm gonna finish what I'm saying.
No fear,
so when it comes to opaque context in this conversation, right?
If there's
I'm gonna
no
continue my
fear,
statement whether you like it or not, right? The reason why opaque contexts are used in this conversation is because there are two arguments that seem to be posited. One that addresses tritheism, the other one addresses modalism. And what opaque contexts do is just avoid.
And you don't know in reality,
my goodness gracious me, you muted me like you did again, like the last couple months ago when we spoke.
I did you.
You do it all the time, every single time we ever have this conversation. This is why you can't be a moderator when we speak.
I will mute you again.
You will continue doing so because you don't want me to
because of
finish.
exactly what you're doing. You're running from the
I just
question.
went over
You're
explaining why opaque contexts are relevant to this conversation. Look, if you're willing to discuss with me, then this is what you would do. You would make a Jew or an atheist as mod, and then we can both talk.
For the sake of argument.
Yeah, because you want to just say, do I have your exact articulation in every sense? I don't sit there watching your videos. I get responses that people ask me when they ask me questions. I'm not sitting there just like watching your YouTube videos. No one cares. I'm specifically there when people ask me questions. That's fine. The arguments themselves will change from person to person, and the objections that I respond to will be contextual to each individual. So if an individual takes an understanding from your argument, presents it to me, and I give an articulation of my understanding on how to respond to that objection that they gave me, then I've satisfied the query for that individual. Now, if you have a specific query, which, by the way, I don't watch you, so I wouldn't know. If you want to actually respond to that, then you can tell me, hey, this is my problem with it. What is your response to that? We can do that. And I even granted, just so that the conversation can progress, that I don't know. I granted that to you because it doesn't matter. So again, when you're ready to just say, hey, this is... No, it doesn't.
It does
we both know it doesn't.
Matter.
Even if you knew about if you knew every single thing about quantum fluctuations, if you wanted to debate someone on quantum fluctuations, you can grant for the sake of argument that there are certain things that you don't know and just work out the entailments from there. If you want to explore that possibility, yes, absolutely.
No, because this is not a debate.
You do.
I'm asking you a question.
It's not again. You can have it's a conversation with someone. You can grant things in conversation as well. It doesn't matter.
Notice how you keep interrupting me. Right?
You interrupted me already. You were
done speaking.
You interrupted me already. I think that rule was thrown out the window when you interrupted me already, and when you muted me.
You were done speaking.
Bro, you muted me already and then kicked me down.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Very simply.
Yes,
you're coming into our room, our space, I'm not pressed to
Because
discuss
and you
with
muted me again
I
because you
couldn't
don't want
care
to come
less.
into ours.
I didn't mute you.
Because you
I
don't
didn't
want
mute
you.
you.
Okay,
Somebody
okay.
else
So
did.
who's?
If you let me finish, let me finish.
This is the
If you
reason
keep
why Christians don't
interrupting
go into
me,
your rooms.
if you keep
You were going to
interrupting
kick me out
then I'm going to
regardless.
remove you from the room.
You were going to
If
kick
you
me out
keep
regardless.
interrupting me, let me finish. Let me make
My
something
goodness
very clear
gracious
to you.
me.
You're
Look,
interrupting me again.
you're getting
Look at you.
frustrated again for the
Can
umpteenth
you
time.
be quiet?
Can you
Can
calm
you be
down?
quiet and
Could
allow
you
me to
calm down?
finish?
Again, calm down,
Be
right?
quiet, mute your mic.
You don't need to
Let me make
use mod
something. Let
powers
me
to
make
just control the
something very
convo.
clear to
That's what I'm
you.
saying.
Let me make something very clear to you.
You muted
You
me
are
again.
coming
This is
into
like
you.
I've counted on like 2 hands
I
now.
haven't muted you. I haven't muted you. But
I'm
here,
saying
I'm gonna move you to
I'm
the
saying
audience
you in the plural.
since you're
There you go.
unable. Nobody bring him back up.
Bro,
Since he's
literally,
unable
my
to.
goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this.
Leave it
All
open.
right,
Leave it
how do I
open.
go?
There's nothing going on there. Don't leave it open.
All right, cool. So, right, let's do this. So, you want to start a conversation now? That's fantastic. How do you want to start this conversation?
Yeah, I want to start off with you acknowledging that you heard what I just said.
I wouldn't say that I heard all of it. I went to go and get some water.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
came
So what
back
did
to
you
stream.
hear?
I heard like bits and bobs about you saying that I shouldn't complain about me being kicked down or muted or so on and so forth. That's what I heard. And that's it. That's what I can attest to. Now.
Okay, so you missed the main part.
All right,
So
sure.
now
Let's say
you
I
have
missed
a
the main part.
choice. Now you have a choice. You have a choice. You either are able to stay on stage and mute yourself while I explain 30 seconds of the part that you missed, or you can wait down in the audience if you're not able to be quiet and listen for 30 seconds.
Is it necessary for the conversation? Well,
Yes,
of course you're going to say yes.
It is.
Fine. Go on. You can
It
explain for
is.
30 seconds.
You need to understand that you came into this room, into this space where I am a moderator. Okay? I am not pressed to speak to you. I'm not pressed to speak to any of your other friends. I'm not desperate to. In fact, I don't care to whatsoever. So if you come into a room where I'm moderator and you want to speak to me and you want to have a discussion and you think that you're going to come up here and make demands, it's not going to happen, sir.
Yeah, as biased as this is, I'll risk
Well,
it.
but if that's what you think, then nobody's holding a gun to your head, sir.
Neither
So
is anyone holding a gun to your head for yours.
Exactly, but I'm here. This is my space now. Okay. So what I'm explaining to you is, if you want to go ahead and proceed with the conversation, no problem for me. If you also don't, no problem for me. But I don't want you to up here in 5 minutes complain about it and say, oh, this is biased or unfair, right? So if you're going to continue, then continue and don't complain about it.
The complaint's already been made. I think you're well aware. You said that if I do complain, you're going to kick me anyways, right? The option, what you're giving me isn't...
So what do you want to do?
Hold on, let me finish.
You just tell me.
What you're giving... Hold on, it's fine. What you're giving me is something that is biased towards you. You get to control the conversation. You get to mute me if you so fit. That is not going to be fair for any conversation in general. So I'm saying to you, right, in order to have a productive conversation, if you are there wanting to have productive conversations in general, there is no extant reason as to why you wouldn't have a conversation with me, for instance, right? Apart from your apparent apathy towards my position, right? If you even have apparent apathy, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Now, again, I'm going to permit this for the one time that I do this when I do debates, right? For this one time, I will allow you to be moderator over me, and we'll see how this conversation goes. But just for the record, we both know that it's heavily biased towards you. So let's go.
Yeah.
So,
okay. If you think it's biased,
we know it is.
I made it very clear to you. Okay, so you don't have any confusion of why I have no interest in speaking to you. Okay, I have no interest in speaking to you. Let me make it clear, because you don't know. Okay, because you are a complete ignoramus. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I have no desire to speak to an ignorant person who is arrogant and acts as if they know what they're talking about when they don't. Those are my most hated people to speak to.
May I respond to that?
That's why.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you can.
There's no proof that I quote don't know what I'm talking about. You just say that I don't, right? Now
No,
that's fine. No, there's no proof that I don't know about the stuff that I engage myself with. When I engage on something, I make an endeavor to try and search out as much information as I can get my hands on with the time that's permitted in my life. Now, for you to just say, well, you're an ignoramus, it's just an accusation. It's just that. It's an ignoramus. Is a reason why all of the people that follow you, right, either defect and believe what we're saying or say that I should come and just speak to you. And when I do try,
defect
in
what?
my most... defect to either doubting the positions that you give them or doubting the arguments that you present or the arguments that they understand.
Okay, give me an
you're
example.
presenting.
Give me an example.
Yeah, again, and bear in mind what I said, the arguments that they understand as your representation. So whether or not that's your actual articulation is irrelevant. We're talking about whether they understand your articulation. Now,
Yeah, give me an example.
Yeah. So an example would be that the Trinity would contradict transitivity, right? And the way that certain people would articulate that would be, and actually this was in the park. This was in the corner that I had the debate on Sunday. That let's say Jesus is God, the Father's God, therefore the Father's the Son, right? 3 basic premises. Usually transitivity should work as an inference rule here, but I introduced the talk of opaque contexts, and I said that opaque contexts would actually provide a way that we can say that transitivity wouldn't carry over truth value salva veritate, as you well know.
You done?
Yeah, but that's an example of.
So that's an example, and somebody thinks that I make a particular argument which doesn't respond to that, right?
I'm saying that that person articulated what they perceived to be your argument. I received that articulation.
That? I'm just curious.
Who's that? I don't remember like individual persons that I speak to. I speak to many people every day. No, I don't have a photographic memory of everyone I speak to. No, of course not. I don't think you do either.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of weird, right? To say that.
I would remember that. I would remember that if you were making that accusation. Yeah.
Not really. I mean, it's a common accusation that like people make. But again, to remember a specific person that's told me, it would be probably very unlikely.
It's so common. You should be able to name one.
I mean, I would say common in respect to the communities and spaces that we have, but I wouldn't say like any particular person. Again, you're getting really hung up on, is there one person that says this?
Okay,
therefore, let's use him as a standard.
That's no problem. It doesn't, we don't need to get bogged down into it. Okay.
Which you wanted to do.
Good. Yeah. So, no, I didn't. I just wanted to show to the audience, right, that you actually couldn't name somebody. So your claim, your general claim that you're making, your general claim that you're making at this point is vacuous. It's irrelevant to us.
Right. It's vacuously true. Vacuous truths are still true, even if I accept it.
You're the one that mentioned it on your own. I didn't. You're the one that mentioned it on your own. Okay. So
I mentioned the claim on my own. However, the claim itself that people understand your work in this way wouldn't be false unless you believe that your work should not be understood in that way.
I don't care, because I can't address the particular person and the exact iteration of what they said, or even something similar to it, because you can't remember it. So that's why I'm not getting
I can't remember the person online. Again, like I said before, the person that I'm hold on. This is a very common argument that I'm referring to. And bear in mind, I said that this debate, this point that I said particularly happened in the corner. Now, I can't tell you the person because I don't know the person's name, because he was at the corner. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to get bogged down to who's this person's name or who's that person's name, right? That's irrelevant to the claim. Now, just for your audience to know, you can probably find the recording online where I talk about transitivity to that person. I don't know his name. I really don't know his name, but you could probably find his name. And he left the discussion probably to see to more Dawa stuff or to do something else. And then yeah, that's kind of how like the conversation ended. But now look, would you say or have a problem with opaque context when it comes to your specific articulation? We can see whether your articulation is going to be different of the LPT, and we can lay it out, right? We can lay out what you believe the LPT is.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're almost there. So my question is, besides the argument that you just represented, which you are claiming to respond to. Do you
Yep.
know of another iteration of the argument, or that's the
The
only one you know of?
the other iteration that I would know of would be Christopher Tweet's iteration in his paper, but I don't think that's going to be contributed by other papers. I'm not too sure. But that's the most recent paper that I've read on the subject. I think he started making the paper in 2014, and there's a recent publication in 2022. Now, with that being said, right, I've given you the iteration that I believe in. I've given you the, well, not I believe in, the iteration that I'm more familiar with, and I could probably pull up the iteration right now if time
No,
permits.
I'm listen, dude. All I'm asking is, okay,
And I
my
answered, so I did
arguments.
tell you.
Yeah,
I
but
did tell
it's
you,
not
right?
clear.
Yeah.
It's not clear to me. So
What's
let
not
me
clear?
rephrase it. Let
What's
me
not clear?
rephrase it, sir.
Oh, the
Were you
question.
done
Okay,
talking? I'll let
the
you
question's not
continue
clear.
talking if you want. Go ahead.
That's fine. So the question isn't clear. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me make it clear to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's fine.
I have several arguments against the Trinity. Okay, I don't have one argument or one iteration against it. Okay, now you've mentioned one example that you think that you're responding to. Now, I'm asking you, are you aware, because you said you don't watch my material, but maybe since you're talking to other people that do and are talking to you, maybe you heard it. I don't know. So, are you aware of other iterations of the LPT that I give that are different from what you just stated?
I mean, again, the iterations are ultimately going to be imperfect because you're not the one saying them, and that's probably what the thing that you're going to be banking on. So I'm not interested in giving other people's iterations that you can just say are misrepresentations in some
Well,
way.
you could just say you heard of it or you didn't. That's all.
Or you could just say that you care about whether they got your words exactly the way you want them to say them. We could do
Well, but
this
we
all day.
can't deal with these imaginary people right now. So
Yeah,
I'm
we're
asking
not.
you
We're
if
not dealing with them. We're dealing with you.
exactly,
Right. So then
exactly.
just say
So
your
that's why
argument.
I'm bringing
Right,
me into the
right.
example, and I'm asking you a specific direct question,
So
which
then just
is,
say your
are you
argument.
aware? Are you no? Just tell me. Just answer.
Why don't
Are
you
you
want to say
aware?
your argument?
Are
We can
let
grant
me
for the case that
finish.
I don't.
Let me
Yeah, go on,
finish.
go on. That's fine. You
No,
can
I'm
finish.
not granting. Because I want to know if you know the argument or
Because
not.
you
That's why.
want me to either articulate it in such a way that you agree with, or as soon as I get any distinction of terminology, you are going to say that what I'm saying is wrong. That's pointless in this conversation. Every single
No.
person in this room knows what we are generally talking about when the LPT is mentioned. Even Issa, and he's just
No,
being a
I don't
moderator
think we
here.
do. I don't think we do.
Okay, give me one
I don't
person
think we
in this.
do.
Give me one
I
person
don't
that
think
doesn't
we
know.
do. Let me
Give me
finish.
one
I
person who
don't think
doesn't.
we do. You're one person. I don't think we do.
Bro,
That's why
that's gonna
when I'm
be aside from
asking,
the conversation, Jay. Come on,
let me
come
finish
on.
you. Let me finish here.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I'm Rock, who's on stage. Don't think he has, no disrespect to him. I don't think he has a clue about it, even telling the difference between his ass and his elbow.
In
Okay.
any
The other
sense,
person who's on stage, no, I don't think he has any idea about it.
that's
Okay.
fine. So I'm Rock
So
doesn't know. Right, that's cool.
let me finish. Right. And this is no disrespect to I'm Rock. I don't even know the guy. Really, in reality, I don't know who he is, to be honest with you.
Does he know
So
you?
my point, I don't know. Maybe he knows me,
Let's
but I
ask
don't know
him.
who he
He's right
is.
there. I'm
Only
Rock. Do
thing
you
I
know?
know is
Did
he's
you
a
know
Muslim
who?
guy. That's it.
Hold on, if I may ask. I'm Rock. Did you know who Jake was before he came up on stage in any sense at all whatsoever?
Yeah, I've seen Jake around.
Right, you've seen Jake around. Did you
Okay,
ever
there you
see any
go.
of
So
his
he knows
content?
me.
So he knew you. Was
He
he?
knows
Did
me,
he?
but
Does
he
he know
doesn't.
in any sense your
But
content?
I
I've
don't
never had
know
a
him.
conversation with Jake.
I
This is
didn't
the
ask
first time I
about a
speak with him.
conversation. I didn't ask about a conversation. I asked, did you know
I
about
don't know
his
what
content in any
conversation is,
sense?
so yeah.
Oh my God,
I
dude,
didn't
you're
say his
wasting time.
conversation. I didn't say conversation. I said, did you know his content in any sense whatsoever?
You're missing the point, SiiiG.
I'm
My
One
point
asking
to
you
second.
to
you is
answer my question.
Well, how did I become the topic, bro?
I don't know
Because he's
most of the
saying that
people in the room.
nobody here, like he's trying to give the example of one person here who's interested in clubhouse discussions in this platform,
No,
and he's trying to
you
say
asked me
that
what do
at
I
least
think.
one person doesn't know.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
explaining to you. I'm making it very simple to you. I don't know
I don't
most
think I
of the
said what I
people.
think, and
Let
if
me
I did, I can
finish.
retract my statement.
Let me
Just to
finish
clarify.
to you. Let me
Yeah, go
finish
on, go,
for
go,
you,
go.
sir. I don't know most of the people in the room, so I'm not going to assume what they know or what they don't know. Just like I'm not assuming what you know or what you don't know. That's why
You
I'm
already
asking
know.
you a
You
question.
assumed I'm an
Now,
ignoramus.
let me
You already
finish
said
for you,
that, so
sir.
you did. So you
Let
didn't.
me.
You already assumed. Go
Oh
on.
my God, dude.
It's all right.
Can
Calm
you
down.
just
Go on.
be quiet while I'm talking?
It's all right.
Okay.
Go on.
I'm giving you the chance to answer the question, but you're refusing to answer it because you're already thinking 2 steps ahead. Well, if I say this, then Jake is going to say this, and if I say that, then Jake is going to say. Don't worry about all that. Just answer the question.
No,
Are
I'm
you
not worried
aware?
about that.
Are you aware? You just said that you were thinking about. Oh, I already know what you're going to do, Jake. You're going to do this and that. You don't know what I'm going to do.
No, you're
So just
actually
answer the question.
strawmanning what I'm saying. I'm saying
Just
that
answer
any
the question.
any
Okay, forget about
articulation that
that.
I get.
Just answer the question. Are you aware of any other version of the LPT that Jake right here uses? Yes or no? And can you explain what that is if I do?
Okay, again,
It's yes
like I
or no.
said, I don't. Whoa. You had ample time to speak, and you still complained. Obviously, when I tried to give points of information, and I'm gonna give my ample time to speak too. I'm gonna try my best to give 7 premises that basically are a summation of the. I don't know if it's mainline usage of your LPT argument. I'm just gonna do it. It's fine. Listen.
Dude, you're not
So,
even answering the
do
question.
you want me to finish my answer to
You're
your
not
question?
answering. Just
I
give yes
actually,
or no, and then
I
give
actually am.
details.
I don't operate with yes or no's. I say yes because or no because. So you need to let me finish. Thank
Okay,
you.
so say yes or no, and
Yeah,
then explain.
it's gonna be entailed in the entire answer. I'm not gonna say the
No,
words
I
yes
want it up
because.
front. I want it up front
It will
that
be
you
up front
know
if you let
another,
me finish.
you know another iteration or you don't know another iteration.
Yeah, no. I know another iteration that's not yours, like I said, and I gave it. I gave you my other
Okay, so do
iteration.
you know another one that I use? Yes or no?
Another one that you use specifically?
Yeah.
No, because I don't watch you specifically.
Okay, good. And nobody else, because you said you've heard people that you spoke to that
Yeah.
supposedly were familiar with my content. You haven't spoken to anyone
Not
else
that
that
they're
uses a
familiar
different
with your.
version.
Hold on, calm
Okay,
down.
that
Let
uses
me
a
just.
different version. I was speaking. You're interrupting me.
I need to clarify a
You
point of
are not
information, actually.
familiar. Let me finish. You
Sorry, go
are
on.
not familiar through your talks of speaking to other people of any other iteration that I personally use, correct?
I'm not aware of any other iteration that will be identical to yours. That's what I said before. Oh, you muted me. Sorry, someone muted me. So, like I was saying, I'm not going to be aware of any other iteration that's going to be
I
identical
can't
to your
hear
own.
you. I
I'm not
didn't mute you.
muted.
I'm just muted.
I'm not muted. I think it's you glitching on the other side. So, I'm not aware of
Another iteration that I use.
I'm not aware of any other iteration that will be identical to your own. Because if I was aware of any other iteration, then it would just be your iteration. And I don't watch your content. I frankly don't find myself taking time with it. But I can give another iteration that you might be okay with. For example, this iteration that the Father is God, the Son is God, and the Holy Spirit is God. Those are 3 premises. The Father is not the Son, the Father is not the Holy Spirit, and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. Conclusion, so there are at least 3 gods. Now, I'm not sure whether that would be an articulation that you have already personally used, but I'm not too sure that you would disagree with that iteration either. The point is that I'm giving you iterations that you don't disagree with. That's the point, right? Now, I chose to talk to you because I was the one that came in here, since anytime we make rooms, you never join them and you never come up on stage because for some reason you don't want Christian moderation over you, or moderation that isn't overtly Muslim in your favor, right? So if anything, it's a choice of me to come
You're
here.
going on and on, SiiiG. You're going on and on now.
I
You're
already
going on to
finished this
other
statement.
topics about my intention. Okay, so we don't
I
need to
mentioned 2
hear a
things.
sermon about my intentions of going to other rooms or not going and all that kind of stuff. We're not interested.
I gave 2 sentences. That's not a
And you were
sermon.
still going to keep going if I didn't interrupt you. We're not
I was
interested.
gonna mention a 3rd sentence, and then
Okay,
we're done.
so clearly you answered the question. You're
Yeah.
not aware of any other iteration that I personally give. Number 1, because you don't watch my content. No problem. Thank you very much. And also, you're not in talks with other people that have watched my content that have represented a different form of the argument.
I'm pretty
Okay, good.
sure.
So we got
No,
a clear
that's not what I said.
answer to
The
it.
second
Okay, you
statement
want to
isn't
change it? Go
entirely
ahead,
true.
change it.
I'm not changing anything. You misconstrued it. So when it comes to the second statement, I directly said that I'm not going to say that the people who give me what they believe is your articulation, that articulation is going to be identical to your own. That's what I said. You took that to say, oh, well, that therefore means that you're not familiar with any other person that just uses my articulation. I think that any
Well, you don't
person that
know
I've
if it's
spoken
accurate.
to, hold on, I believe that any other person that I've spoken to, even if, right, they have watched your content, for example, let's say Shams, right? Shams has watched your content to some degree. I don't know how much content he's watched, but for some reason, he really likes you. I don't know why. Now, he
I'm a
really likes
likable
watching
guy, SiiiG. You're just on the outskirts. That's all.
to some degree. You don't like, actually, no, you love me, and I appreciate the love. Now, when it comes to Shams's
No, I
content,
actually dislike you very much.
there you go. Thank
I'll
you.
be
There it is.
honest about
Now,
that.
and I love you. I love you as a Margot Day. Now, like I was saying,
I don't.
when it comes to, yeah, I do actually love you as a Margot Day. So I'm going to continue, right? So when it comes to what Shams has said about the content, Shams has tried to present like LPT stuff like to me. I've never taken them as your direct arguments because I don't think Shams can, like, let's say, articulate it the best. He tried to reference like Bo's model of the LPT, meaning like what Bo writes in his dissertation. I'm familiarizing myself with it because I plan to speak with the brother. But as I'm refamiliarizing myself,
With
I
what
read it like a
brother?
year ago. Bo. Sorry, Bo. So when it comes to yeah. So exactly. So Shams has given me, let's say, an articulation. Okay. The point is that that's irrelevant, right? What we're talking about is how you personally do it. Every other person that's ever watched your content will be fallible in interpreting your words. Please, just give me what you believe is your best articulation of any LPT model that you use. And by LPT model, I should say LPT iteration. Because you believe there are multiple iterations of the LPT. So give me the one that you believe is the more manifest way, and we can go from there. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, please. He's still muted. It's cool though. I think he's doing stuff.
Just wait, man. Just wait.
Yeah. If it's
Can anybody hear
okay.
me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm driving home from work, so I have some
Yeah.
patches where I have no service. So
Yeah. I can imagine.
I think I heard. Were you done talking? Because I cut out.
So did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I thought I heard everything, but I don't know
What did I say?
because I cut out.
What'd you hear me say?
I heard you say that you've listened to people like Shams and others who have listened to my content, but you don't. Uh, you're not wedded to the idea that they're accurately representing my content, and you haven't watched it yourself. Therefore, you cannot judge one way or another. That's what I understood you saying.
What I'm saying is even if I did judge, right, it would be room for disagreement, as the arbiter of your own iteration can just say, well, that, iteration is incorrect, right? And then we would spend 30 more minutes probably talking about whether my iteration was correct or not. Now, I'm saying that let's say every single person that has ever watched your content, that has ever come to me about the LPT is incorrect about their iteration. Now it's just me and you. What is your more manifest iteration of the LPT?
Yeah. So the reason why I'm asking the question is because I want to know if I have to explain my argument first and then hear you attempt to respond to it, or if you already know it. So what's clear to me now is I have to explain what the argument is because you haven't watched my content. Therefore, you don't know what I actually say. Correct?
I'm saying that I haven't watched your content and to make a false interpretation of it. Let's say, for example, you had a 5-hour presentation of the LPT. Let's say you did. I don't know if you have, because again, I haven't watched your content. Let's say that you did. Okay. You had a 5-hour presentation of, bro, I'm going to just finish here. So let's say you had a 5-hour presentation of the LPT. Cool. Now, I can watch that 5-hour presentation and summarize that presentation and make correct and accurate assertions on the point that you are trying to make or the points that you are trying to deliver. It is possible that due to your apparent dislike of me, that you would still say I'm incorrect. So, like I'm asking you now, we can cut
Oh,
past all of that. I'm not saying that you are. I'm just trying to avoid any possibility for that being the case.
yeah,
Let's
but
get to
you've
the
already made
actual
it clear you don't
explanation.
watch my stuff. This is the point. You've made
I
it
made it
clear that you
clear.
don't.
Yeah, I made it
You
clear
don't
that I
watch my
don't.
content.
I made it clear that I don't sit down taking notes. No, I don't sit down taking notes and be like, yeah. No, I don't do that.
No, I didn't ask you if you took notes, but you would know if you watch it enough to be able to accurately represent it, and you're not confident that you
How
can do
much
that.
do I need to watch for you? How much would I have needed to watch?
You could probably get it from 1 or 2 videos.
Yeah. So how long into the video would I say, okay, now I know the LPT? At the
Depends
very
what the
best,
video is, dude.
right, exactly. So at the very best, right? At the very best, I have had clips sent to me for me to react to, like on the spot, let's say, right? I'm just giving an example of a hypothetical that may have been the case, okay? I've been given clips. That does not mean that I've like seen your entire articulation. Even if I watched like 2 or 3 videos of the LPT, I could probably still come here and you'll say that I'm incorrect. So I'm getting past all of that obfuscation and just saying, hey, let's get to the LPT, right? So let's get to the LPT, right? You can explain it for me, in fact. Your specific articulation. The reason I want you to explain it is so that there is no way that I can misunderstand you, since you are not here to defend your own understanding. And in fact, I will note down for you the things that you say just in case there are certain things that we need to go back over. Let's go. So you don't need to do that point anymore about, aha, you've not watched my content. That's irrelevant, like I've explained before. Like, you have never watched my content.
It is relevant.
Have you watched my content about opaque
No,
contexts?
actually, I have watched your content.
What the heck? I'm gone.
He entered the room.
I'm gone. Yo!
He ended the room?
Oh my god, he ended. No!
That's crazy.
He ended the room. Oh, SiiiG, you won! You won! You won!
Oh my god,
That's the most easy W.
You
won, big man! 2023.
Victory
lap!
Why they ended the room?
And the Christians have 2 W's today.
Bro, getting W's over here.
We got the quickest kick of all time, and we got Jake running from a discussion with SiiiG.
That is crazy.
Get on the level of Tyler, bro.
Running off. Look at him. Bro ended the room.
Bro, you bend it over backwards to visit his demands to go into his room, and
This man isn't real, bro.
and he ends the room.
He ends the room.
Oh.
He ran.
This man is not real, bro.
But he was trying to, SiiiG, how many times did you ask him to make his argument?
Bro, he was twisting that turn.
Do you understand other people's versions of my argument? No, we don't care. Jake, make your argument. And he's like, no, I want to make sure.
Bro,
you
you
understand
know why
other
you
people's versions of
Biggest clip I've seen in my life.
such a random.
Man them. Do you know, man them. Don't let none of you ever say that I did not try.
No,
Don't
you
let
tried,
none of you
you
say,
you did
brother.
well,
You went
SiiiG,
into
you did
his
well.
room.
No. Because the amount of times he tried to get clips of man. The amount of times he tried to get clips of me.
Bro, it's time to post a YouTube video, bro. Jake the Muslim Metaphysician runs from a debate with SiiiG. It's finished.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You're finished.
I'm done.
You're finished.
Wallahi, you're finished.
Wallahi,
that. And then
you're
when
finished.
SiiiG said, okay, cool. Can we now get your argument? He just ends the room, bro.
He said it's cause of connection. So Hamid Mike is just messaging me now. He said, right? This is what he said. He said, bro, come, Jake is here, just the 3 of us. He can come here. There's 20 of us, bro.
Tell GGK to
Yeah.
stop.
No.
He can come here, bro.
It'll be recorded. It'll be on
can-
live stream. So like,
He can
that's-
come here.
Yeah, and you know what? If he
watching.
wants neutral mods, we could. Yeah, we'll be watching. But
We'll be
also,
watching.
GGK can just be the sole mod of the room.
That's
Or
what I'm
Rico.
saying. Make GGK
Yo,
become-
perfect,
But
man.
Faisal.
We were.
They're trying to start a private room.
Faisal. They're trying to start a private room with me. How did the room end? How?
Mm.
How?
Faisal's not here.
I want to be
GG,
mad. I
listen.
want to ask him how he's
what
talking
happened?
about the
What
mosquito.
happened?
Tell them to slide on this
Hold
side, man.
on.
What's the point of going to their rooms?
Wait,
They're
Sig,
like,
Hold on, hold on,
can
hold
you...
It's a whole bunch of. Hey, look, it's a whole bunch of minds on stage. If they join the room, a lot of us gotta move down, and we can leave like GGK mod, GGK.
wait,
Wait,
can anybody
Yeah,
see my
GGK and
camera
Rico
on
mod is
stream, bro?
calm.
That's it. Okay, maybe
GGK and Rico's mod, bro.
wait, Sig,
But we
Sig,
gotta
can
see
you
if they
ask...
come in first. We gotta see if they come in first. I feel like they're
Wait,
not
Sig,
gonna come.
Yeah,
Sig,
I
can you
don't think
ask
they're gonna
Jake how
come,
he's...
bro.
Yeah,
Jake,
but wait, hold on.
I just want to
See,
know
what
how the
happened?
room
Like,
ended.
need the ending. Yeah, need the ending. What happened?
I have another hour, bro. I have another hour of streaming, and then I'm probably having to go because of my neighbors are gonna say that I'm disturbing them. He said, okay, so I'm gonna go into the, okay, guys. So look, I'm gonna go into the private room for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna see what he wants to say. You want to hear the conversation?
Let me
I'm
turn
still
on the
streaming it.
stream real quick.
Alright,
Yeah,
let me turn
I might
that
just
stream
tune into
on.
this
send
stream.
me
Q1,
that.
you best have something good to say.
It's just
stop
him,
talking about the
Hamid,
stream.
and Jake.
Hold on, stop
Yeah,
talking about the stream because everybody's
Oh,
gonna
in
get
that
here,
room.
and then they're gonna
yeah.
tell
Yeah,
SiiiG to
yeah,
shut
Sig,
it off.
join it,
I
Sig.
don't care if they leave. Then there's a reason why, bro.
And they don't want to do it too.
Oh,
I get
SiiiG is
that.
here. Okay, so subhanAllah, Jake. So
Yo,
SiiiG is here.
you said
Listen,
you had
SiiG,
5
first
minutes.
of
What's going
all,
on?
he's driving
Yeah,
home
yeah.
right
Because
now that he has Arabic
I'm
class.
just getting home. I'm just getting home.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's fine.
I didn't want Hamid to uh, incorrectly relay the message. First of all,
Guys,
I did not end the room. I
cool.
was in the middle of a statement while somebody else ended the room. I
Mm-hmm.
do not know who ended the room, and that's it. You could trust me or don't. I don't really care, but that's the
Look,
reality.
I assume trust for people as long as they don't lie on my character or on my work. But look, Jake, I know
Okay, so
you're,
just let
if
me finish, dude. I was still
bro,
talking.
you were still
I
talking.
was
That's fine.
talking.
You said so there, so I thought you were done. Go on. That's fine.
No, I know. I'm gonna get my full statement out. Okay,
Okay.
so it was clear to me, okay, that you have not watched my content, and that's fine. You don't have to watch my content, but which I was getting ready to tell you in the other room, which I just told Hamid. My suggestion to you, Sig, is if you think I'm somebody who's worth your time and somebody that's worthy of speaking to about these topics, then I can send you one video, okay, for you to watch. And then after you watch it, you can come back to me and we can have a discussion. If you don't want to do that, that's your choice. I don't care. I don't have any problem with it. And that's it.
Yeah, I'll say this, yeah, and I think this will be probably more indicative of how the conversation will probably outline. And I don't know if Hamid will verify this. The only constant between the two of us, Jake, is Hamid, right? Now I'll say this.
Only what between us?
The only constant between us is Hamid. So out of the I like I said in publicly, and I'll tell you this privately as well, because I don't have a dog in this fight. I do love you as Imago Day. Like I will tell you that privately. Our private messages speak for us before you blocked me. But I will say this, yeah. When it comes to the content, okay, if I genuinely care about having a discussion with someone, I will put all of their content to the side and focus on the person, unless I'm reviewing the person on that specific content. I'm not reviewing you on your content. I'm talking to you about what you believe your articulation is. The only way that can be done is if you tell me. Now, I'm granting it just for the sake of argument that I have a completely erroneous understanding of the LPT, because I don't care too much about my ego. What I do care about is us getting to the bottom of this with your articulation, with your iteration of what you believe. Now, again, I understand that publicly you do want to make it known to the entire audience that, aha, see, this guy don't watch my content, man. I'm kidding. That American accent was horrible. But you get the point, right? You get the point. Point
No,
being...
that's not the point, Sig. I'll tell you what the point is.
No. I'm saying you get my point. When someone says you get the point, that means that I'm
Yeah,
telling you my point.
but
So
if you
you get what
when
I'm
you're
trying to
done,
say.
I'll tell you what my point was of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine. What's your point?
Go ahead, you can finish.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
my point
Yeah.
is this, Sig. Listen, I am a public figure, okay? And I don't care
Yo, we're gonna
about
do a timer for
my
5
name
minutes.
or
Hold
anything
on.
like that. But the point is, if I have so much, I mean, I've got so many hours of content available for people that if they actually want to seriously engage with my ideas and my arguments and what I'm saying, then
Let's
they
see if he
could
goes past
take a
5 minutes,
little bit
guys.
of time and watch it, because I've put in a lot of effort to make that publicly available for free to everyone. Okay, so I think it's disrespectful and a waste of my time for me to now come on a stage and have to explain things to people, right? That I've explained thousands of times almost, okay, on my channel and in other places.
That's
Now,
fine,
if somebody
and I
watches my
appreciate that.
stuff and then comes and says, Jake, I have a question about X, Y, or Z, then fine. But if it's like, Jake, I have questions about X, Y, or Z, and Jake has answered all of those things several times, and the person has not invested in their time to even try to seek that out, then
Yeah.
no, it's a disrespect. So I'm not interested in that.
Okay, fine. Look at this then. So that would mean that you have addressed in some way or another, as in like explicitly, the issue of opaque contexts. You have done that. Send me the clip for that. I can watch that. I'm not too fussed with that. Whenever I discuss with any like academic, right, like I myself, like I'm going through that process, right? Obviously, like with my tutors and stuff, and like academics, like even I myself, I have work behind the scenes that I'm doing. I don't tell people that though, right? Like I'm in a private room review right now, right, whilst trying to like simultaneously co-stream. You see what I'm trying to say? When it comes to that, okay, when I'm saying that I will not be looking at certain people's YouTube videos, that's because, for example, I'll give you an example, right, so that I can cut this whole thing short. Do you know the person? There's this academic. His name is Mark Edwards. On the first day I got to where I study, I went and talked to Mark Edwards because I had watched his content online as well as reading his paper. But I never talked about the content that he said online. I only care, like, if someone's trying to contribute as a public figure to the space, I care about what you've written down. Because sometimes inflections in speech can be lost. It can be lost semiotically. It can even be lost on a semantic level. We understand that. But what is put down in writing, in the famous black and white ink, that will never go away. Neither can you say that, oh, they misrepresented the things that are, unless they're quote mining, which I don't do, right? When it comes to your content, I'll review anything that you've genuinely written. If you've written content on the subject, send me that. Not some random post on Twitter. I don't actually know if you're on Twitter. I myself, I don't like Twitter. Okay, Twitter is crazy. It's the most toxic place. But if you have a blog page, for example, I'll review that. I'll be very fair and review that because at least the content won't shy away from me. I won't mishear something. I can read it with my eyes. Okay. But when I talk to most people, especially academics in my line of work, what I do is I genuinely just interview those people. And they're much more grateful for just interviewing them as people rather than just me interviewing like this random video that they got caught online saying and then it gets blown out of proportion. So I'm granting you the same case. And I even think that's more fair, right? I'm granting you that I may have... Oh, go on, Hamid, because I was just trying to finish up, right? I'm granting you that...
If I may interject. Just real quick, because I want to, maybe Jake is too humble to admit this, right? But if you actually watch Jake's content, what he actually does in his videos is he actually has a PowerPoint, and his videos are like presentations. You are aware of that, right? It's as if he's teaching a class. And I'm not talking about, that's my point, SiiiG. So it's not like Jake's just talking, out of his butt on Clubhouse,
SiiiG's actually responded to one of my lectures.
I responded
that was
to
many moons ago. So
wait, hold on.
I
That
mean,
was many
knows
moons
about
ago.
that.
And the reason I responded to that one was because that wasn't only isolated to your own personal content where people can misrepresent you. You had to formally edit that and then publish that in something that was no longer just your own ownership or work. You were merely just publicizing the thing that you gave over to Sapiens. Now, I don't know where Sapiens have put your work. I frankly think that out of the entire body of work that Sapiens Institute has given, the only work that I think was better than yours was probably the Burhan. That's it. However, when it comes to your critique, I critiqued not only what you said, but also the things that you wrote down.
Listen.
I'm not disrespecting anyone.
SiiiG,
that doesn't mean that their
streaming
work
right
isn't
now?
good. No. I already told you I was live streaming.
Listen.
I told you I was live streaming already. I haven't stopped streaming.
Yes. Okay.
I haven't stopped streaming.
So you're live streaming right now.
Yeah, no, I've been streaming from 9 p.m. I've been streaming from 9 p.m. It's not like a thing I'm changing. Okay, that's why I told you to come to the public room. Where am I streaming? I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch.
Okay, that's fine. I don't.
Okay, if I could continue, can I continue, please? Right. So
no, but you were mentioning the Sapiens thing. I just want to know: did you just listen to that one section that you replied to, or did you listen to the whole course?
Well, where
the
else do you
previous
mention?
ones?
Where else do you mention Neoplatonic history specifically in reference on building on information about Neoplatonism that you
No,
haven't
that's
done
not what
already?
that's not what I'm saying.
Again,
I'm not saying in response to whether your critique is accurate or not. No, it has
that's
nothing
not
to do
what
with
I'm
that.
saying at all. You're saying, did I
I'm just
watch
asking if you
anything
watched
else?
the rest of it.
I'm giving you the reasons as to why I focalize on certain points. The same way that when people respond to other things, they focalize on certain points that individuals make. When you make a book chapter, for example, you can't talk about the entire person's individual argument unless you're writing an
SiiiG, do you
entire
think I don't
thesis.
understand this?
No one said that you don't, which is why I'm using those same
But
words, right?
why
You
are you just
understand what
not
I'm
answering
saying.
my question, bro?
I'm literally
SiiiG,
answering your question. You're gonna have to give me some time. I explain a lot of things in a lot of different ways, okay? So just give me some seconds. So again, like I was saying before, when I critiqued your Neoplatonist hit, by hit I just mean like because it was really popular apparently, because it came to me somehow and I don't even get involved with your content. When I did the research on the Neoplatonism stuff, right, I specifically focalized on the historical point that you mentioned. You say that it's just the historical point that you're putting in in your content so that later on you can see probably a fuller picture. I was attacking that historical point. I'm not attacking the fuller picture because, again, I think you would admit this. In your same video, you say that you can address the Trinity on its own merits. It's merely just a historical point. I was touching on that because that's what I'm interested in. I'm not going to go and then watch around 11 hours straight of content that I don't think applies to me. Okay, I'm going to apply myself to content that I think will be fruitful for individuals that haven't published in that space yet, which I haven't seen any other publications apart from, I'm trying to think, people around my area that have published it in the space. I think Mark Edwards he's published in the space, right, on like Neoplatonism and stuff like that. But the point is very like simple. For example, right, you want me to respond to something, send me a clip specifically of what you think is the best articulation of the LPT.
But I mean, are you ever gonna stop talking?
However,
dude?
bro, when you talk for a long time, I try my best to give
I
you
don't
credence.
talk for this long. I don't talk for this long.
That's fine.
Jake,
you're gonna have to give me some credence.
Your answer was
I'm in a private
no,
room
Jake.
that you wanted
No,
me to
Jake.
come
No,
into.
Jake.
You're gonna at least have to give me the
answer.
respect that I'm due.
SiiiG,
So
You're speaking for
SiiiG,
5 minutes. All it required was a simple yes or no.
it's not
SiiiG,
required a
okay,
simple
fine.
yes or no.
Answer.
I don't get myself
Guys.
strawmanned by things that I say. That's why I explain things in such a long way so that no one can take my words out of context.
SiiiG, I can
Nobody's
relate to that, but
strawmanning
just
you, dude.
No one's
we're just
strawmanning
having
you.
a
I
private
haven't.
conversation.
Yeah, go
One
on.
second, SiiiG. First of all, there's just 3 of us here, okay? There's no audience.
No,
There's
there's not.
comments.
He's
There is an audience for
already
SiiiG. There's an audience for
privately
SiiiG.
I know.
done
Okay,
it.
That's why
I
maybe he's
understand.
concerned with it. But I'm
I
not
know, but
interested in that, dude. I'm just asking yes or no question. You
It's not a
can't
yes or no
answer. You
question.
never answer yes or no and then explain. You explain for a whole long time and the reasons why and all these details.
Then get to
has nothing to
understand
do with
them.
my point.
You believe that they
Has
have
nothing
nothing
to do
to
with
do because you're exasperated with my
No, it doesn't.
explanations. Yes, you are.
No,
That's
because
why
they
you
have
got me
nothing
into
to
a private
do.
room in
wait,
the first
They
place.
have
Jake,
nothing.
hold on.
They have nothing to do
Jake.
with my actual
They
question.
absolutely
SiiiG,
do.
Listen. No, they don't.
Bro, you
let
invited
me
me
explain
here for the
something.
first for the
Yeah,
first
1
time
second.
ever. You're
Yes,
inviting
yes,
me here.
no, wait,
Right,
no,
so
wait, pause.
when
That's
I'm
not
saying
SiiiG.
something,
1 second. SiiiG. I'm gonna have to mute you 1 second, please, bro. I've tried to be an intermediary between you two for like a long time now, because I genuinely think Jake is really smart, and I genuinely think SiiiG, hey, you know some stuff. I wouldn't put you on Jake's level quite yet, but I will admit that SiiiG, you know some
come
stuff.
on, bro.
Okay? I'm being honest with you. Now,
Look. You
okay?
can cut
Listen,
that.
SiiiG. Let me finish, please.
Yeah, go
SiiiG,
on. It's fine.
Jake has to go to. He's driving home and he has to go to class soon. Once he
Why does
sends
he?
it to me, I'll send it to you.
He can send it to me. He knows my account. He can send it to me. There's no issue. Jake, you have my account. You can send it to me. Okay? And I will watch your video first time reaction on stream. Okay? And then we can have a conversation about what's going on. Because I really couldn't care less about whether I articulate the video. I haven't. That's why you did the whole spectacle of you haven't watched the content.
How do you know?
No.
How do you know you didn't watch it?
Wait, that I haven't watched your articulation of the LPT because you're saying that I haven't.
No, I'm saying I'm pretty sure you have. Actually,
Okay,
that's what
okay.
I
So
just
so
said.
okay, you're saying that I have. Okay, great.
I said
Now,
I think that you have.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Now I'll
I
just send
have
you the
not.
video.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Okay, I'll send you the
I'm
video. You
okay.
may have even been in the room live. I don't know.
In the room live.
But
Okay,
is it
cool. Jake,
recent?
Jake.
So let me tell you what it is. Let me just tell you what the video is, and you can tell me if it rings a bell.
Yeah, go
Your
on.
friend, Ian Sinius, you know who he
Mm-hmm.
is, right? Tyler, I think his name is.
Yeah. Ian Senius.
Okay. Do you know that I had a conversation with him a few weeks ago?
He mentioned that, and then like he showed me a
Okay.
clip, which was funny, and that
Okay.
was it.
Did you watch the video?
No, not the entirety. He, like I said, he showed me clips.
Okay, he didn't. So this is what my suggestion is for you. Okay, you can watch that video because
I don't know that video. He didn't
just let me
send me a link.
finish.
I'll send
Just
you
let
the
me
link.
finish.
I
I'm
have
gonna
the link,
send it to you.
SiiiG.
See, just relax, buddy. I'm
I'm
gonna
very
send it to
relaxed
you. Don't worry
actually. Like
about it.
you're the one that's getting exasperated. You're the one
Don't
that doesn't
worry
like me.
about it. You
Dude, you're
don't worry
saying don't
about
worry
it.
about it. I'm not. You're the one that doesn't like me.
Yeah. So just
Yeah.
let me finish because I
Yeah,
let you
go on,
talk
man.
for
It's
a
all
long
right. Calm
time,
down.
and I'm
Okay.
explaining to you.
So now
Okay?
he's gonna go on for 5
Very
minutes. By the way, he
simple.
said he needed to go in 5
Now,
minutes, right? He said he needed to go.
I'm going to send you the video. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long. It's a conversation with your friend who you do know, Ian Sinius, and I explained to him regarding his paper and what he understands regarding the transitive law and how it's only regarding one specific issue with the LPT. And I go into detail explaining what the other problem is and how he was not addressing it, number one. And number two, how his model of the Trinity entails a rejection of classical identity and therefore a rejection of classical logic. Now, maybe you have a difference with him on his view of the Trinity. I don't know. But I think that it would help you to understand, right, that there is more than one issue, and one of the issues does not rely at all on the transitive law. And I explained that, and I read from the paper of Timothy Paul explaining this exact issue, who's a Catholic
I'll take from
philosopher.
TP. I don't care.
Okay?
Oh my god, he's Catholic.
Is that clear?
He's not
I'll
magisterial.
send you
Okay,
the
cool.
link.
Great, cool. So again, just to make sure that we're both clear, right? Let's clarify something that we had in this private room. You didn't give me your LPT. You told me to go and watch the conversation you had with my boy. Second of all, I don't know if that video goes
Yes.
over opaque. Hold on. You didn't give me your LPT. I don't know why you did not want to. Now, again, there's nothing preventing you from giving me your iteration of the LPT. I don't think there's prerequisite reading on your... No, actually not reading. Specifically viewing of your content that needs to be known on the words that come out of your mouth. Now, when it comes to the opaque context that I speak about, do you have any content that's geared towards that specifically? Actually, I'm interested about that. In fact, I don't care about the Ian Senius vid. I want to see content that you've addressed with opaque contexts. That's the stuff I want to see, and I'll react to that.
Bro, the point that he just said is he mentions
Hamid.
it in that video.
So he mentions opaque context explicitly in that video.
Jake,
Okay, so SiiiG wants to dictate, right, what I'm talking
No one's
about and
dictating.
what
I'm
you
asking
want
you
in a
for what I
specific
want.
video. Right, yeah, you're asking for what you want.
Yeah, I'm
And I'm
asking
telling
you
you,
for what I want in
and I'm
relation to my
telling you,
view.
and I'm telling you what I want.
Yeah,
And
that's
if
great.
you
We're going
don't
to
agree
arrive
to
at
it,
an
that's
impasse.
fine. It doesn't matter to me.
It's not that it's
I don't really
fine.
care.
You're saying that you have, in some way, a disagreement about the way I use opaque contexts. Do you have
No,
any content? Okay, so you
that's
don't
not what I
disagree.
said.
Okay,
That's
great,
not
great,
what I
great.
said.
That's not what you're saying. So would you
no, that's what I said.
agree?
What I
Oh, hold on.
said
Okay,
is,
let
that's
him
fine. That's fine.
explain.
what I
Let him
said
explain.
is,
It wouldn't
one
matter.
of my arguments does not rely on things that you think you are addressing.
Okay, great, great, great. So is there in
So you need
any
to deal with that
sense
argument. That's the
ever... Hold on,
point.
hold on. Okay, which you haven't presented. Instead, you said Google it, do your research, and watch my
Exactly.
video.
You'll see it
Now,
in the video.
that's the point. That's the point.
No,
You
he didn't
never
say,
mentioned
listen,
in...
Sig, be
I'm
fair.
gonna finish. Hamid, I am being fair. I allowed him to finish. Thank you. Look.
Yeah, but
So
you're
when it...
strawmanning him. He
Hamid.
never said Google it. Sig, one second. He
I'm
never
using...
said
Oh
Google
my
it, do
gosh.
your
I'm using
research.
hyperbole. Google it, do your research. Just a
Okay.
common phrase. Okay, so for some reason I can't use certain idioms. It's cool. Look, if we're gonna be lawyers, we can. Okay, I know my friends are doing mods right now, but it's cool. When it comes to what I'm talking about with opaque context. If you don't have any content about opaque contexts, that's fine. Okay, no one cares. That's okay. You can create your content soon and you can send me that one and we'll be watching. And by we, I mean whoever's watching your video, whether Muslim or Christian or Jewish or atheist or whatever the case may be. Now, when it comes to what I'm addressing here right now, whether you want to send me a video that addresses what I talk about with my content, and I don't even know what content of mine you have watched, apart from the Neoplatonism thing that you never sent me that book for because you didn't know German.
I just told you what I watched.
What did you watch?
I just told you I watched your recent video with Muhammad Hijab and with Mansour in Speaker's Corner from this past week. I told you that already.
Yeah, that's not a complete articulation of my view of opaque contexts.
Okay.
Yeah. Now again, I could do the
you
thing
asked,
of
you asked,
like,
you asked which
whoa, please. Right.
Well,
I was still speaking. Yeah, well, please, I was still speaking. No, the time's come. It's okay, it's okay.
You said you're not aware.
I'm still speaking, right? Now, I don't have moderation, so the only way that I can finish is with inflection. You already don't like me, and that's fine, okay? But we're going to continue this conversation and finish it. You're already 20 minutes late, but it's okay. I'm going to finish.
Let me make it abundantly clear to you.
Make it abundantly clear.
For your Twitch audience. I hate, with capital letters, SiiiG. I don't dislike you. I hate you with a passion.
You hate me. That's fine. And I love you.
Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to you.
Explain why you hate me. I love you. I do. Your
God does not love me, and neither do you.
I love you.
Now, let me make it very clear.
I love you even if you think my God does not. Even if you think my God does not.
Let me make it very clear to you, SiiiG. Let me make it very clear to you. I hate you with a passion. I hate you with a passion.
You despise me.
Because you are a Catholic that is trying to mislead people. You're trying to mislead people. And
Hamid,
you are spewing your kufr. Yes, you are spewing your kufr.
Yeah,
and the Quran tells me to be harsh with the disbelievers, and that's who you are, right? And you've made it very clear all throughout this conversation.
Of course,
you're coming to a private room and you're publicizing on your Twitch and all this other garbage, and you're trying to.
I was already streaming, and you know, bro. And I'm not a big shot. I'm just a person that you hate.
You're a waste of time. You're a complete ignoramus. You're a complete ignoramus, and you are a waste of time. Have a nice day, sir.
It's all right, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Nah, he's already said that he hates me. And he kicked me. Hey!
Why are all the Muslims quiet in the audience? Why are all the Muslims quiet in the audience?
He's got Arabic class, but you heard Arabic class 25 minutes ago. It's cool though.
Arabic class, that's comfortable, bro. That's comfortable.
It's cool though. It's cool though.
Bro, the Wahhabis are on suicide watch.
It's cool.
Just got annihilated.
No, listen. Why is everyone quiet in the audience? Why were the Muslims in the audience so quiet for? Why they're not saying anything in the chat?
It's because they hate SiiiG,
They're on suicide.
He actually hates
Why
me,
is
bro.
Kyron not speaking up, bro?
Take this recording to Jake and take this to whatever rooms y'all want. Bro, y'all took the
If
biggest
they
L
think
I've
that they
ever
hated
witnessed in
me,
my life.
they hated me first, bro. If they hate you, they hated me first.